What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona beat Las Palmas 1-0 at the Lluís Companys Stadium in a very, very rainy Montjuic. And again, it is another performance where Barcelona have gone and played well, but narrowly won the game. The starting line for this match was, of course, Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Koundé, Cubarsí, Inigo Martinez, and Joao Cancelo, a midfield three of Roberto, Fermin Lopez, and Ilkay Gundogan, front three of Lamine Yamal, Robert Lewandowski, and Raphinha. I am just over the moon on the result. We need to win this game. Of course, tomorrow, Girona, Real Madrid play. We have no pressure. We won our game, and let's see how they do. And of course, with there being not too many La Liga games before the Clasico, we're getting closer to the end of La Liga. Champions League mode is going to be coming in soon. So important to win this game fresh off the back of the international break is now as well. Now we have 10 days of rest, not having a Las Palmas draw or a loss lingering over our head going to that PSG game. That for me was the most important thing, and that's why I think Xavi went strong in this game. Again, in my match preview yesterday, I predicted that Xavi would go full strength, so I was not surprised whatsoever from the lineup, the selection, and the personnel as well. And again, seeing the likes of Gundogan and Koundé playing full 90s is a bit annoying in my opinion, because you're risking them potentially getting injured. But now, of course, hindsight, after the game, they played 90 minutes, they survived, they have now 10 days of rest. If you told me that before the game, I would have started them, but of course, the risk factor before the game kind of, played with you a little bit. Of course, Lewandowski only playing 80 minutes as well. I think overall, we played well. We dominated the phases of play. The one criticism, yet again, is the lack of finishing, which has been the story of our season. We had a monstrous amount of chances in that first half. Lewandowski off the bar with his shoulder, the Raphinha chance, Lewandowski goal that was offside, Raphinha goal that was offside, all before halftime. Of course, the red card of Las Palmas, I would say, helped a little bit. I think they were kind of open a bit more with the with having 11 men. That kind of the red card kind of pulled them back just a little bit. Clear red as well, by the way. Of course, the Raphinha goal, apparently it was supposed to count. It was a VAR mistake, but now since we won the game, that's not going to be lingering over our head. If we drew the game or lost, you're thinking bloody hell, that Raphinha goal goes in and gets counted. That's going to create a whole storyline in of itself. The Oscar Hernandez streak continues as well. Him as the Barcelona manager on the touchline, he's undefeated, all wins. Hopefully that does continue for the game against Cadiz, and there's going to be a lot of personnel missing for that game. I'll talk about that near the end of the video. But I think, you know what, the combination play in the midfield, yeah, again, Roberto playing so well in that midfield. Gundogan was absolutely elegant as well. Cubarsí at 17 looks like he's about a 29-year-old in his prime. I think the Koundé was sensational again down that right-hand side, both defensively and offensively, especially offensively in that second half. The combination of phases of play in that first half were brilliant, but yet again, not finishing our chances. We come out freshly for the second half, and again, Xavi making the key change, taking out Fermin Lopez, putting in Joao Felix, dropping Raphinha into the middle of that midfield where Fermin Lopez was occupying the space. And look at that tactical switch, that personnel change creates the first goal. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ball from Joao Felix over the top. He picks up the ball down the left-hand side, cuts inside, chips it into Raphinha. Great header from him. And you can watch the replay of the game of the game. Oh, you can if you want to, but the replay of the goal, you can see that Raphinha already knows that ball is coming to him. So he's just watching the pass, watching the ball, make sure he get his 100% accurate on that header, because he knew the ball. He knew exactly where that ball was going from the pass from Joao Felix. Exceptional. Of course, the Joaos, before the last 6 minutes, they were cooking. They were on fire, roulettes and stuff like that. Romeo looked good coming on as well. Victor Roque didn't really get too much of the ball. To be fair to him, he kind of just went on there just to get some experience, run around. And same thing for Ferran Torres. He did have a good chance for Ferran Torres down that right-hand side. I think around like the 70th minute or so. But yeah, again, we were squeezing our squeaky bum time a little bit in the last 5 minutes. We kind of let Las Palmas have some chances. Alberto Morello chance to hit the side netting. My heart dropped for a second. That was at Ter Stegen just near post. I was expecting him to save it. Ter Stegen was fuming, I believe, at Joao Felix not tracking back, or one of the Joaos. I'm not quite too sure, but that was quite the moment. But apart from that, I don't think Las Palmas are threatening whatsoever. I think that chance and the free kick from Coco that also hit the side netting, those are the only two chances Las Palmas really had in the game. Munir, Sandro did not look threatening whatsoever. I was very impressed by Mika Marmo's performance. Cedric Cardona didn't play that great, so him, not only putting himself in the shot, but there for left back for Barcelona next season. But overall, I'm just super happy we won this game. The 3 points was what we needed, and that's what we got. Getting the clean sheet as well. I think that's now 5 clean sheets in a row in La Liga, especially since Ter Stegen's come back and goal from his injury. I think the mood, the morale, the confidence around Barcelona from the fans and the players is at a very, very high point this season, and I'm very, very happy with the performance overall. Now, in regards to player ratings, firstly, Ter Stegen, I'll probably give him an average 6. Had nothing to do whatsoever. Passing off from the back was okay as well. I think he had one long ball that went out for a throw-in that wasn't too accurate. On the 2 chances that hit the side netting, I'm praying that he had the coverage there in his near post. If those go in on his near post, he ain't surviving. But I'll give him an average 6 out of 10. Koundé, another 8. I mean, this man has played every single second for Barcelona in 2024. For France, I think he got subbed on. He played 80 minutes in one game, and then I think 80 minutes in another game as well. So he only missed out on he's only missed out on 20 minutes in 2024. He's been nothing short of sensational. You hear the reports about him in the media saying that in training he plays in the pivot to increase his IQ, to understand the phases of play better. Unreal. Selling him this summer would be absolutely idiotic. Kubarsi, I think, was brilliant as well. To be fair, his one mistake was that he tried to head it back to Ter Stegen, and he headed back a bit too lightly. The player got in. Ter Stegen made the great save, by the way, but he was offside anyways. But that goal, that, phase of play, created the Raphinha goal. So I don't know if I can really criticize Kubarsi for that mistake. I think apart from that, brilliant from him. Probably give him an 8 out of 10 as well. Inigo, probably give Inigo a 7. Was a bit sloppy. Of course, got the yellow card, which means that he's going to be suspended for this game, which probably means we will not see Inigo until after the Clasico. Because I don't think he'll start the Clasico unless we have injuries. He won't start El Clasico or either the PSG games. It's going to be Kubarsi and Araujo. So we probably won't see Inigo for another month unless we have some unfortunate injuries at center back. But I think he played alright in this game. Few sloppy moments from him, especially from the yellow card. It was a very, very weird foul, but we'll take it. I think his left foot again was sensational. This is why I think Barcelona have to really, consider investing in some left-footed center backs. I think the only left-footed center backs we have at the club right now are Inigo and Micalfe. Everyone else is right-footed, including the ones out currently on loan. I think actually Lenglet is left-footed, but anyways, besides from the point, Joao Cancelo, probably give him a 7 out of 10. I think going forward, he was brilliant. I think his interchanging positional play with Raphinha was sensational. I think defensive-wise, again, wasn't the best, especially in the second half. I think first half wasn't doing too bad defensively. It's not that he's a bad defender, just doesn't track back too often, because we see him going forward, and the reason why no one creates chances down the left-hand side is because Raphinha drops back and covers the space, and that's why Xavi loves Raphinha for his defensive work rate as a winger to comply in coverage with Cancelo. That's what they kind of balance themselves out very well on the left-hand side. The only issue is that Raphinha with his finishing isn't really great on the left wing. But again, with Cancelo, I think it's a typical Cancelo performance. Gundogan, probably give him a 7 or 8. Thought he was brilliant as well. Gave the ball away a lot in the midfield, but again, it looked more so due to the rain. Don't want to use the rain as an excuse, but the ball was really slipping away from him. There's a lot of moments in the game where he would dance around 2 players, just have to dance around that one last player and put the killer through ball. Doesn't pass that 35 player. A lot of that moment happened in this game. Yellow card was very much unfair as well. But overall, I think he had a very good game. Sergio Roberto, I mean, bloody hell, man. What the hell is wrong with this guy? He's had 2 of the worst cameos this season, but yet again, a very solid performance from him. I think the most important thing was his transitional play. So, switching the play from the right-hand side to left-hand side. It was kind of like Gundogan was playing the tackler role of the pivot, and Roberto was playing the conductor role of the pivot, where he's kind of, deciding where the attacks are going to go through. I think his quick 1-2 plays as well with each triangle, whether it's going to be on the left-hand side, the right-hand side. They were all fantastic. All, the chemistry was there. It was brilliant from Sergio Roberto. And fair play to the Capitano. He's playing well. Fermin Lopez, probably give him a 7. I want to give him credit for his work off the ball. I think his work off the ball today was brilliant, winning the ball back a lot in the midfield, making interceptions. On the ball, was a bit average. He had that one chance that he shot that went well wide. Apart from that, didn't really do much in the final third, especially in the attacking phases. Looked a bit, dull. I think that's why Xavi took him off, and I think that's, in the end, that was the correct decision, of course. But off the ball, brilliant. Showed some heart and passion, going through those cycles. So a bit of Gavi in that sense. But it was definitely his work off the ball today that was better than his work on the ball. So I'll probably give him, 7 out of 10. I would say. Raphinha, I mean, he's so good. But when it's time for the player to, just put that finishing touch and score, he's so shite. I mean, I'm watching Raphinha's link-up play with Cancelo, interchanging positions, putting in some decent crosses, creating chances. I'm thinking, what a player. But when the chances, like you see in the picture there, fall to him, he's, shooting it wide. What I hate about Raphinha is that he's about to shoot, right? It's like he's in Super Mario Strikers, trying to wind up the shot. Like, I'm about to shoot. boom, and then the shot is obviously blocked because the defender can read it from a mile away. That's so annoying from me. And again, just his lack of finishing the final third. Of course, brilliant header. If you looked at the replay from the La Liga angles that I saw, top bins, so fair play to him. He almost missed that header. But apart from that, I think he could, dare I say, should have had a brace, I think, minimum today. If you add the offside goal, should have had a hat-trick today, Raphinha, in my opinion. But that's what you get with him. You know that he's going to be a bit lackluster in the final third, but it is what it is. But hopefully he can improve upon that. Improves upon that, he'll be an absolutely sensational winger. Lamine Yamal, I'll probably give Lamine Yamal a 6. I think, again, with him today, a lot of indecisiveness in the final third. His crosses weren't the greatest. I mean, he's running down the right-hand side. Lewandowski and Raphinha are way, way behind him. He's putting in a cross into no man's land, which I find very, very frustrating and annoying. Didn't really, a lot of his touches went begging as well. I don't know, because it was the rain. The ball was slipping around quite a bit, especially between like the 20th minute and halftime for the first half. So I don't know if that was the case, but it looked like, again, the final third didn't really have much. Had some great speed, great intensity. You tried to pack a lot in this game as well, put in some good tackles that, won throw-ins for Barcelona as well. So credit to him, but I think he looked a bit tired, and also that, didn't really get it, clicking in the final third. And last but not the least, the main man, RL9, Robert Lewandowski. I'm going to be generous and give him a 7. I'm just in a happy mood. But his performance, I think, in my opinion, today was a bit lackluster as well. Should have had a hat-trick. I mean, scored two, I think he had 2 offside goals off the bar. So many chances. I think he should have had at least a goal today, Lewandowski. It's just, I tweeted, I think, at halftime that we saw prime 2023 Lewandowski. And prime 2023 Lewandowski, post-World Cup, wasn't the best. And we saw him today in that first, I would say, at least hour mark. I think once we got the goal, we kind of saw the Lewandowski of this season, but was not finishing his chances, or not making some good movements. It is what it is, in my opinion. In terms of the substitutions, I think Ferran Torres came in, Vitor Roque came in, Joao Felix came in, Romeo came in, all did their jobs. I think, of course, Joao Felix was the best out of them. Half an hour, I think he played brilliantly. Probably give him a 7 out of 10. I think the rest get a 6, even though Romeo had some nice movements in the midfield. I want to quickly touch upon the Cadiz game, of course. We got suspensions in this game. Cancelo, Inigo, Lewandowski, all ruled out for this game. So we're going to have a tough away trip to Cadiz. No Xavi already as well. On top of all the injuries we have, we're going to see a very heavily, I think, rotated side in that game, but I'm excited for it. It's going to be away from home. We've done very well from away from home this season. La Liga, the younger players, like the La Masia players, Hector Fort, Marc Gueyu, they've done very, very well in away games this season, so hopefully they can, overcome that in the Cadiz game. But the Cadiz game looking a bit difficult now. Again, our record in Cadiz isn't the best. Last season we won there, I think, because a fan had a heart attack in the stadium or something like that. But before that hasn't been the greatest, so hopefully we can overcome that. But that's for another day, another video. Finally today, Xavi, I'll probably give him an 8 out of 10. He got 3 points, clean sheet. Lineup was, of course, strong. That was his priority. That's, his opinion. I won't judge him too much. Substitutions were brilliant as well. Of course, his substitution was one that earned us the goal. You can't really criticize much else, and hopefully he ends up staying because the board are begging him to stay. But hope you guys enjoyed this match review. If you did, make sure you drop a like, subscribe down below, and of course in the comments down below, let me know your thoughts on the match, your player ratings, thoughts on the substitutions, the starting lineup, all that down below. And of course, subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.